your improvement over the last season, how much better a pitcher she anticipated you being this year or from being the last year. What for you has been the biggest differences, and what were your focuses entering the offseason?
I think a lot of it was just kind of going back to the basics. I tend to overthink a lot of things sometimes, so just kind of getting out of that funk and, like I said, going back to the basics.
What do you anticipate this pitching staff looking like? Patty says it's probably 4 arms deep and probably all of you thrown a decent amount, but what do you expect out of this group?
Yeah, probably what Coach said. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I mean, this staff is good. Like it's a good staff, and we're excited to face people that aren't our own teammates. We're really excited for that. But yeah.
What have you seen out of Kirsten so far? I mean, freshman coming into a pretty high-powered group. What have you seen out of her?
Yeah, she has a different kind of demeanor that almost kind of reminded me of myself when I started kind of opening up a little bit, but different also. She spins it. But other than that, she's just a great person too. Just a great person all around and good pitcher, but good person first.
So what about Alex? There's someone with a lot of veteran. She has a lot of innings underneath her. Just what has she been like making that transition from Michigan to here?
Yeah, I think she loves it here. She found a home here. We love her here. Kind of same deal with Kirsten, such a good person, fun to be around. Good thing about our staff, though, is that every single person is different. So we have similarities, we have differences, but we all mesh really well together. So that's what I'm excited about.
Nicole, you've already pitched in so many big games. How much is that going to help you going into this year for you that you pitched in the biggest games that squads have?
I think just kind of like what you said, just knowing what that's like. It's not going to be really a shock factor. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that.
I know you said that you took this off to kind of reset a little bit, but you had really good innings in the championship series. How do you balance taking momentum from that at all versus kind of that reset you talked about?
I think it's good to kind of. I don't think you can bring momentum from June into August. I don't think I can do that. So I take a break over the summer, small break. So it's just kind of a reset of this is a new year with a new team, with a new staff. So I kind of viewed it that way, and then kind of went back and reevaluated things that I wanted to fix from last year, and just kind of started there.
What that list look like for you as far as what you want to improve on?
Kind of like what I was telling him earlier about just going back to the basics. There were just things that I feel like I needed to be tweaked about my motion, or just physically, this is better for physical health or whatever, just little tweaks.
Nicole, your catchers, or who I think most people think will be your catchers, me and Kinsey and Haley. I mean, you played a long time with Kinsey. She was obviously hurt towards the end of last year. How did you see her come through that, and how has she been this year?
Yeah. I mean, we always try to support her. She's, everyone handles situations differently, but we're just behind her, and, we're, thankful that she put herself through a lot of that for the team. She's good. Everyone's, feeling good, but just I think that support, that's we got you. If you can, yeah.
How is Kinsey behind the plate similar, different than Haley? What can we expect? I mean, people have seen Kinsey for a long time around here, but aren't as familiar with Haley as a catcher.
Yeah, I think they have similar but different. The presence that both of them bring, kind of like I was saying, similar but different. Haley knows how to kind of command the pitching staff as well, which is, I think, really important for a catcher to not just be like, oh, well, it's okay that you just spiked 4 balls in the ground. No, come on, So she has that presence as well. So I think it'll be good seeing both of them behind the plate.
What were the last 2 seasons like when you have so many run rule wins? It kind of eats into the innings to pitch, especially with 4 pitchers. How do you think you guys will be able to balance that, getting work versus kind of relishing off all these run rule wins?
Well, from previous experiences, it was kind of just both coaches saying, take advantage of the innings you do get, because we were losing a lot of innings as a staff because our hitters just wanted to end the game early. I don't know. So kind of just taking advantage of that, and then in practice taking advantage of live because that's when we practice. We get those live at bats during the week. So.
Nicole, one of your teammates, Grace Lyon, she's in her super senior season. She's coming off a really great season. Just what have you noticed just from her this offseason that's really stood out to you?
So I feel like she's really stepped up so she's our captain this year. And I feel like she's learned a lot from Lindsay Elam, who was our former captain. And I know she's just a lot more vocal. You can tell that she's very confident in herself. She's always been, but having to bring that presence to a whole team has been really cool to see her take on that role.
How vocal does she try to be in practice around this?
Pretty vocal. It's not like forced or anything, but if there's a time where we just need a reset or need some sense of direction as a team, like she'll handle all that.
Nicole, you pitch against this lineup every day. You've seen what it's been like the last couple of years. What's your expectations of it this year?
Probably the same as it is every year. I expect us to do what we always do, what they practice. I'm not in there hitting with them, but they're hitting off of me, so I'm expecting good things from them.
Nicole, you guys winning back to back. Now there was a target on you guys last year, obviously, but now, do you sense that this team do you push that aside the last 2 years, or do you build off of it? How do you sort of use the success of these last 2 years as you look for another national championship?
Coach says a lot, but we try to just leave that in the past. Like, don't look in the rearview mirror. Like, you don't want to live there. It's a completely, like, half the team is new. So every team every year is different. So we kind of just, do what we do and just roll with it. We're not really thinking about what a lot of people are trying to put on us. It's just do what we do.
Thanks, Nick.
Sweet. Thank you.
Cool.